Good morning. In 2020, sport is the most fascinating phenomenon worldwide in terms of consumption. In the recent COVID period, sport seems to have been a major actor as a counterpower to depression and loneliness linked to confinement. Sports seems to be today a key to a healthy and well-being way of life, which is a heavy trend in China as well as all over the world. In China right now, sport is considered a new luxury, and the sport fashion couple is really the most successful creation tandem ever seen in sport and fashion history. Sportswear market will overtake luxury market soon in China. The total revenue of three major domestic brands in China, that mean Anta, Li-Ning, and Temu, increased by 36.7% up to 56 billion RMB in 2019 compared with the same period in 2018. Personally, I love sport and I practice a lot. And I love also fashion. And since the very beginning of my consulting company, Le Herpeur Paris, 30 years ago, we have been permanently working as well for fashion and luxury brands as for sports brands. At the same time, we had prospective missions for Dior or for Nike or for Adidas. Today, for Xiao Qiao, the subsidiary we created 13 years ago in Shanghai, I will present you a projective portrait of sport in China today with its fantastic development potential, with different typologies of people, the way they practice, the money they spend for sport, and the importance of sport in their life. So I'm going to present you. So we are going to look together at that portrait of Sport China in 2020. First of all, the program, the table of content, I will show you what's now first 360-degree sports portrait of China today. Who are the players, how they practice sport, what are their characters, what are they interested in, and what to do then, some finger tips to take, and then some trends episode for those who are interested in the near future of sport fashion in China. What's now? The first phenomenon is a home exercise wave under COVID-19. During the COVID outbreak in China, smart home gym became a new must-have. Live stream with QR code is blooming strongly. To take a wider view, Buzzy is a main factor of the home fitness craze, and customized online private trainer is launched, and it was very successful. And we can see home fitness brings whole new opportunities. A young woman who was interviewed by us told us, "I'm very happy to follow the fitness live broadcast. Classes and coaches that are usually difficult to book are now all available online. Although the disadvantages are also obvious, lack of face-to-face interaction with the coach and team atmosphere. And you know, in China, it's really important to be together." Then people's front, that's the other side. You know, the formation and development of mass sports have extremely complex social causes and conditions, and mass sport activities are closely related to group culture. It's really linked to the way of living in China. In China, you do things together, you do things with friends, with families, and you play badminton with the boy with his father, and groups of people together dancing outside in the parks, or running a marathon, but you run with other people. That's a very important point, which was forbidden during the COVID. What's now also interesting is the growing of fashion sport items market. Winter sports puts new demands on fashion. It's really fashionable to go to ski in Europe or in the States or even in China. Then you have footwear and apparel, which are the biggest sports segmentation growing today. It's a giant market. That for the sneakers market is a giant market, and then athletic children clothing is coming to be to the fore and to be growing more and more. What's now well-being in Greenway Trail? Well-being is considered as a luxury today, and there is a big demand for a whole new approach to health, starting with these green ways. And you know, there was a study done on the workplace health report, which mentioned that only 125% of the company's employees had a good result in physical examination due to the lack of sport and physical activity. So it's really very important point to see. Entertainment 2.0, you know, there is also another part of sport as a pure entertainment. It's a link to the character of Chinese. Chinese love entertainment, and there is a boom for sport shows on TV with increasing audience demand on sport topics, as well as of live experiencing the news for everyone. It's also this type of fun sporty activity is always a choice for team building in the Chinese way, which can be considered as a unique culture, and it's a very important point. Goal tracking challenge for more refined and professional forms of movement. The shift from running economy to professional training, along with technology booster, traceable schedules, calorie control, meal plans, everything, all designed to rivet the body at the maximum. And that's also a very, very new thing and important thing since 3 or 4 years. The Lady Power Call, with feminism and women's liberation, women became more focused on their me time, embracing sport as a new outlet physically and mentally. With the trend of sportswear and sneakers, female consumers gradually replace men and the main force of sportswear consumption. Revival Chinese design, China Proud, comes back very strongly in creation field. From taking the youth trend culture at the core at the beginning to later dabbling in the Eastern aesthetics and cultural inheritance, the national pride of design in China is rising. On the left side on this page, for instance, Uyua, as non-sporting brand, is also catching up with the sport trends. Meanwhile, the giant Li-Ning keep on being increasingly active on the international stage, and more independent designer brands like FYP inspired us with sporty fantasy. Zoom in local users, an upgraded form of co-branding crossover focusing on local market consumer. The importance of localization marketing is highlighted, especially in the minds of the new Chinese generation. How to strengthen the pioneer image and expand the existing audience become the most important challenge for brands. For instance, you have Converse making a collaboration with Zhang Yixing, a young rising China mainland singer and actor. Or you have Adidas and Angel Chen, inspiration from Chinese national sport table tennis, which is a main topic. Then multiple influencers, sports stars are the new fashion favorites. Table tennis star Zhang Ji's fashion appointment with Nylon, with the brand Nylon. Opinion leaders as a channel for fitness aesthetic, yoga to wear what bra or which shoes to go for a run. KOL is a good channel, especially for sports products. Celebrities sales driving effect on sportswear. When Chen Weiting on the right as a top celebrity influencer for sportswear in China mainland nowadays. Who are the players? Sporty portraits. Who are they? What kind of sport they do? What is the motive behind the sport? How are the key characters of their lifestyle? 100 sports, 100 characters. We link sport typology with certain groups of profiles in terms of age, personality, lifestyle, and so on. The chart, we have diverse tags for each different groups. Crosswise, we have major age groups from 80s, from the people born in 80s until 2000. On the left side, it shows their attitude towards new brands products, from conservative, less fashionable, to open, more fashionable attitudes. Firstly, we observed hardcore as a base, and wide outdoors are performed by all age groups, while with fashion potential still await to be explored. Along with the 80s, 90s, and even 95, under major society stress, need sport for reliving. The millennial 00 choose better to be battler with more shouting attitude. When they keep looking up to see more open minds, 80s and 90s are willing to invest in fitness for socializing purpose. Meanwhile, younger 95 and 00 throw themselves into street wave and fun. For the most edgy ones, 00 as gamer for the electronic world, experiential 95s keep on hunting for newness, yet 80s and 90s get semi-professional doing sports. The second chart we show you, we made from the above group, we further divided in three major portraits. As the first one, sport as identity, the trendsetter with millennial base. Then the sweat fun, the younger Z generation power engine. And then the third one, evolve himself, a mass of possibly anyone. Some keywords to notice cross-image portrait. Each group has its own vibe. Keywords, the keywords are technical, exclusivity on the 80s, and then 90s, dynamic, down to earth, individuality, and then evolving self on the right, all age group, persistence, inclusivity, sharing. Sport as identity, well, it's input time, money, energy. Take sport as investable obsession. It's really that luxury sport is there, from exercise to socializing to lifestyle and to see the world. So sport as identity, who they are, all over portraits, from any age and so it's really that group which is for sport is really professionally motivated players, fully equipped and ready to go. Fitness cult is really the symbol of a new luxury. Why can't peach buttocks be flaunted? A peach butt is something that only a few people have. It takes months, 2 years of persistence, and knowledge and technical course of specialized training are required. And it's really, I saw that, in my club, in my gym club in Shanghai, and practice there, and I saw the girls working so hard each day with the program and very. Limitless ultra sport. This is also a big trend for that group of people, and it's an ultra sport and extreme. The fear of extreme. It's running in snow. It's jumping from a plane in the air without parachute, or the parachute opening at the last 5 minutes going down. It's it's diving in the seas. It's exploring the north. Well, it's really. This is a big trend. So all about mountains, down the sea, rise of extreme outdoor sports. It's a debatable question. It's sports pulling tourism or tourism pulling sports. One of the keywords of the new youth style, nomadic generation, extreme sport, combining adventure, exploration. It's very popular among young people in the nomadic area. Golf, equestrian, fencing, new socializing landmark. The number of equestrian clubs in China grew by 17% in 2019. In the past 20 years, the social culture of golf in China is taking shape. Will it replace China's traditional socializing, dining, and drinking? Who knows? Freedom to customize a slasher lifestyle. Well-being is considered as a luxury, and increasing amount of healthy lifestyle influencers are emerging. Chinese millennials idealize a slasher lifestyle opposed to the classical working life with more freedom to customize. Slashers are a modern tribe of workers who dare to go against the flow, do things very differently, and juggle with cultural codes. We take a closer look at the slashing trend that is shaking up the professional world. You know, I'm a good example. I'm working as a teacher and I'm working as consultant. I'm also practicing a lot of sports. So it's even I'm not that age, but I'm a good example. Membership spirit, the connecting sport, the link in sport to connect likely minds, sweat party, offline online event, gym sharing session with friends, and so on. Once become a member, a new world will open up in front of you. It's a sort of sporty Wenshi, very, very important. And sport is making a lot for that. Style code, studios to street for women. The boundaries of sportswear have been broken and become more everyday. Sportswear scene has moved away from the main topic of fitness and into more life scenes, especially for ladies. International players like Lululemon, Balenciaga, Siki Performance are mentioned, including local GNBY and New Neiwai, have its own sports emphasis. So sport is going to fashion, fashion is going to sport. For the men, we have the dandy sport arriving. Here, the men's sports fashion call for a bit of exaggeration, yet easy to go. Gucci is always there. Yet you have also Nail Barrett, MSGM provide various options. The second group is sweat fun. Second group to see someone down to earth youth energy, shuttling between the virtual and reality, seek for sensory pleasure and new experience. Realize individuality through cooperation. It's about freedom and real happiness in dirt. Sweat fun, who they are. From town skateboarders to geek dancing group, they are energetic, burning, leaping. Nothing is impossible. From detox to retox, between health and hedonism, eat like a horse, focus, go to a party, work out, restore life, be strict with self, but also like to indulge. So the paradox is permanent for these people. Gamer instinct, there was a fitness ring hit during the quarantine in China. Fitness ring has shattered the stereotype that video games require sitting in front of a computer. Gamers don't care if the game is good or not. They just care if they can live up to 100 years old. Fight my own battle. Young people separating themselves from their parents, mono views on lifestyle into a more individualistic approach. Subcultures connected to sports arise, and we witness communities evolving around the sport, with tribe traits, including how they dress, how they speak, how they behave. Evolving subculture tribe street calling. Relation to the cultural aspects of streetwear is still of great importance, since it's strongly linked to the hip-hop influence. The consumer of tomorrow seeks versatility. They find musicians the most credible to determine the new style, and they're influenced mostly through social media. Scarcity, exclusivity are really the essentials. And phenomenon, sneakers Sneaker control. Collecting sneakers can be a great investment today. The shoe collection crush is no exception in China. SneakersCon, the world's largest sneakers show, kicked off its first leg in mainland China on May 18, 2019 with a 2-day sneaker fashion carnival in Shanghai. And you know, the young people are buying very expensive shoes to resell them the year after because they took a big value. Style code, sportswear hits street for young ladies. Sportswear and streetwear are inseparable couples. For girls' part, we see more trendy niche brands come on stage. For example, trendy names are Subtle, Quickie Fun representative Push Button, and Free Spirit SMFK. For boys, solid names are Vêtements, Supreme, Palace have to be mentioned. Also, typical streetwear brands like INXX incorporate sport details to adapt to the local market. Again, we have that meeting between sport and fashion permanently. The third group, evolving self, the left group with no borders for everybody. Keep the beat, keep breathing, set philosophical routine, restart stances, self-discipline, gives me possibility. So, who they are, focused eyes and sweet outfits at the track, in the gym, nothing stops them. The big affirmation: no effort, no comfort, extra normal. Nowadays, the concept shift from no pain, no gain is going to no effort, no comfort, which is more strong. Sport tech innovative smart daily. The trends in sport technology are evident in every group, but particularly strong in this one. Anywhere, anytime, all around smart surrounding enable you with better sport performance. This is really a worldwide phenomenon. Empower one another, team to conquer. Sports itself is also a kind of social contact bonding, which requires a sense of ritual, community, together. It's really, really important. Even on the net, it can be offline and online. Style code for women, fluidity in profession. The demand for comfort and performance is really, really strong. Sport and comfort work hand in hand and has been enabled through technology and fabric innovation. This is a big, big change in the last 10 years. Brand selection shows inclusiveness. Domestic player Maya Active is widely welcomed by ladies. Meanwhile, Australian retro-style sport brands like PE Nation is coming strong with considerable audience. Style code for men, fluidity again. Particle Favor offers refreshing design for both women and men. Pay attention to functional performance and don't forget fashion. What to do? Futurism Sport 3.0, when we were speaking about future of sport era, we call it Sport 3.0 because it's performance-wise, how time optimization and flexibility and lifestyle priorities which have changed. We are working towards fluidity in terms of a professional lifestyle where comfort between activities can be obtained with sportswear enable that. Consumer values, the consumer is having strong opinions as to how they redefine the new sportswear and looking to differentiating values that are consumer-centric. And culture and innovation, it's an era which will be driven by experimentation in the relationship between the mental and physical aspects of sports, pushing innovation. Democratization of fashion and sports reach is high, enabled by technology innovation in fiber fabrics and populated through the top culture. Trends episode. So it's just for the people interested in what is coming in the next summer, the summer 21, to have a bite of sportswear trends for the most inspiring themes, color ranges, and highlighted key looks. Sunny outdoor key points. Sunny outdoor is trail and climbing inspiration, silhouette all in performance with a sun-kissed warm color range. Later to see more color blocks in mix and match. And it's really a very happy story about outdoor, happy outdoor. The key points in sunny outdoor: satin nylon is beautiful material toward it to lightness, linked to lightness. Lightness is really the key word of that story. Coated jacket, trail shoes, parachute volume. We can call that upgraded outdoor in a way, and very sophisticated approach to outdoor. It's not a basic story. Then color block, contrast strategic reinforcement, trail shoes, black zip and straps, parachute. Parachute is a key word also, parachute lightness and sunny colors as to resume. Racing sports, male sport and competition codes, strong inspiration in the 20s years, a style expression around power, speed, like motor racing, along with a striking color combination, passion red, power blue, plus black. Key points: white thin line play an essential role here to build up racer spirit. Mirror glasses and technical patchwork add up a bit science fiction look. Material-wise, to use plenty dry polyester as a base and technical patchwork. Earth reconnecting yoga. Yoga and running into the wild is a blooming practice. You know, a lot of people are living to run on the asphalt and in the streets for marathon, and they prefer to go to make trails in the country, in the forest, in the pampa, even far, and the mountains. And people are looking for new kinds of trips. It's a sport reconnected to nature, making yoga at one time and running in the other time. So it's really an interesting story and very strong story. The key points: lingerie inspiration, athleisure silhouette, mineral and pampa patterns, and technical fabrics. And that's really a strong new trend. And you know, a brand like Lululemon was working a lot on this trend, is going to develop a lot of it. Pirate wave, ocean tribe, free spirit, hybridation between earth and water sport, silhouette fitted and androgynous. For color palette, it's a shade of different shades of ocean blue with tiny bright orange touch and black through details. Key points for that fascinating dual world above water, surface, and deep under the sea. Build up the second skin from surfing inspiration and keep sustainable recycled materials in mind. A lot of new brands making swimming suits are making recyclable plastic and working from that. So it's a very important point. Nautical key points: a leisure training inspired by the nautical 90s spirit, a premium silhouette, colors and finishing for expedition on the sea. And it also linked to the competition, the America's Cup spirit made by, you see the boat of Prada, which will compete next year because it was cancelled this year. So it's really that technical sailor approach, and very so key points: black and white, windstopper fabric, black mesh, coated zip, nautic bag. Very technique, very sophisticated meeting between the classic approach of chic sailor costumes and then the futuristic approach of fabrics. And it's a very new trend. Street champion. We jump into the report pages of an 18 sports magazine in pastel color tones, mixed with basketball, outdoor, tennis inspiration. And you know, the spirit of Fila, of all these brands which are coming back strongly in fashion. And the details for that family, key points. Here, sports bring more softness in a way to streetwear. The skater silhouette is again refined with diverse cultural influences: outdoor multi-pockets, basketball, high sneakers, and even off-white nylon from tennis. Always to add a bit fluorescent touch mixed with these pale colors. And it's a very new and quite interesting street. So this is the end of my presentation, and I wish you to have a very good new sport era coming in China.